Hello everyone, I am Parikshit and welcome to another exciting session on Unacademy CAT-alyst. It's a special day today, right? A day after the CAT, and I think a lot of things are going on in your mind. So the next 15 minutes, I'm going to talk about what you need to focus in this next 2-3 months, right? I'm sure a lot of you have an MBA dream and CAT was definitely not the end of it. It was just the start, right? So it's very, very important that the next 2 months you spend smartly and then your dream B school doesn't end or doesn't start with the CAT, right? There are a lot of things that we need to talk about. So the next 15 minutes, I'm going to talk in details about everything that a candidate should do in the next 2 months, okay? But before that, as I always say, give me 5 seconds to ensure that I'm streaming live before I get started with today's session. Okay, I think we are streaming live and we are good to start. A small notification at the start. Now, some other exams are coming up, right? The ZAT, the NMAT, the SNAP, the IIFT, and we in Unacademy have courses for each of these exams. So my next course on Unacademy starts day after tomorrow, the December 2nd at 10 p.m. If you wish to join me live, you can always subscribe to Unacademy Plus using my referral code Parikshit Saikia. If you use this referral code Parikshit Saikia, you will get 10% off, and one subscription gives you access to all courses, be it the NMAT, be it the SNAP, be it the IIFT, Maharashtra CT, every exam, just one subscription you need. And more so, the delight is you get a 10% off if you use the referral code Parikshit Saikia. So I hope to see you in my classes day after tomorrow starting at 10 p.m. exclusively for the ZAT. Let's get started with today's session. Okay. Now, the million-dollar question, right? What now? Exams to look out for and post-CAT preparations. Okay. Now, the first thing today, right, as we speak live on the 30th of November, the CAT is over. So I think before even I talk about what you need to do, the first thing I must tell you is what you shouldn't do, right? So what you shouldn't do now is definitely do not talk about the CAT any longer. Remember, CAT is history now. If you were a CAT 2020 aspirant, CAT is history. You cannot change what has already happened yesterday. That's the first thing that's gonna come to your mind. You know what? You cannot be just looking about the analysis, how much will be the percentile, what will be the cutoffs. Remember, I must give you an analogy here. Remember the opinion polls which were just held for the Bihar election? Almost every opinion poll went wrong, right? And the actual results were something else. So exactly with the CAT analysis, the same thing could be true. No one can tell you your exact percentile, how you fared. Probably you can have got some idea, but no one can tell you your exact percentiles or what would be your approximate percentile. So there is no point talking about it. If you fall on the right side of an analysis, someone says 105 will be the cutoff in slot 3, and you think I am scoring 105, you'll feel happy, that's it. But is it happening? Definitely not for sure. Similarly, if you are below 105, does it mean you have not cracked the CAT? Definitely not. The analysis can definitely go wrong. So do not ponder about what has already happened that cannot be undone. Second thing, what you must definitely do is realize and ponder about the mistakes. When I say mistakes, was it that if you think today, do you feel that okay, I took a lot of pressure and because of the pressure my exam did not go well, or probably I was a bit slow, the speed was slow? Definitely try to find out what mistakes you make and what are the factors that contributed to that mistakes so that you don't repeat those mistakes in the exams going forward. Remember, the game has just begun, right? The CAT is done and dusted, but the game has just begun. And this brings me to the second point, right? Other exams. Other exams. Very, very important that at this stage you concentrate on other exams. No matter how you fare in the CAT, you might have done very well or you might have done poorly, but you need to concentrate on other exams. Remember, the month of December starts from tomorrow. So if you think about it, how many exams do you have? Think about it. In the month of December, right, you have the SNAP, okay, and the NMAT is already running, so there are exams scheduled for the NMAT, right, in the month of December. So 2 exams minimum for the month of December. If someone has registered for the MyCat, there is even the MyCat 1 which is happening in the month of December. MyCat 1. MyCat is for MICA, Mudra Institute of Communication, Ahmedabad, considered to be one of the top colleges for marketing and sales. Similarly, what about the next month? What about the next month? Think about it. What are the things upcoming now? January. Remember, Jan starts, you have the ZAT. You have ZAT. You again have another date for SNAP. You again have another date for SNAP. And then you have the IIFT. Then you have the IIFT. Right? And you will also have MyCat 2 towards the end of January. Towards the end of January. Right? Next comes February. February is when you actually have other exams like the TISNET, and there will also be other exams like Maharashtra CET. So it is very, very, very important that with so many exams lined up, your preparation should now be towards these exams. You first need to make a conscious decision how many of these exams are you gonna appear for, right? Let's say you don't want to go to symbiosis, perfectly fine, it's your choice, it's your call. Then you'll probably not be appearing for the SNAP, but definitely make a decision which of these exams do you wish to appear for. Have you heard terms like MyCat? Are you aware of colleges like MyCat? If not, probably it's now the time to be aware of it, because these are some of the very good colleges which take students on the basis of other examinations, right? So remember, 3 very crucial months lined up ahead, and you need to be prepared to the best of your ability for the next 3 months, right? That's about the other exams. Okay. Point number 3 that I wish to talk about in this session, right? Point number 3 is college deadlines. College deadlines. Remember, most of colleges, right? Most of the colleges, or for that matter, any business. Think about any business. At the end of it, one of the objectives of any business, okay, is to make money. Will you agree with me? Is to make money. Now, look at the colleges. Most of these colleges would also want to earn some money through sales of admission vouchers and through sale of forms. So the deadline for almost all good colleges would be before your CAT results. Why do I say so? After the CAT results are out, everyone knows where he or she stands. So let's say let's say the cutoff for a college is 90 percentile. So anyone who scores less than 90 percentile will not apply for a specific college. So they definitely do not want less aspirants to be applying for a college because they want more and more money. That's true for any college. So the college deadlines will definitely be before, okay, I repeat, before your CAT results. Before your CAT results. So you definitely need to look out for how many of these colleges you are gonna apply. Now, one thing I must tell you here, most of the colleges, right, in the top 40 or in the top 50 take via the CAT score. Now that the CAT is over, you have some fair idea how did it go. If your exam went really, really well, what you should do in the next, let's say 5 days, 10 days, figure out some colleges probably in the top 20 and apply apply to most of these top 20 colleges. Okay. But let's say there is another scenario, your exam did not go very well. Then what you need to do? First, you decide on a budget. Okay, let's say my budget is, let's say 30,000 or 20,000 or let's say 10,000, whatever be the budget. And then accordingly, you take a call which colleges you want to apply. Let's say a college like FMS, you need somewhere around a 98.5 percentile, okay? And the number of seats are also very less. If your budget is limited and the CAT also did not go very well, you might not want to apply for FMS because you know that the CAT did not go well, I don't have a chance of getting a 98 percentile, so you might just want to skip FMS and save that money and apply it somewhere else. Now, where should you apply? If your CAT did not go very well, you should target colleges from 21 to 50. Colleges from rank number 21 to rank number 50. Right? Now, again, the next question you might be having, okay, where do I see these ranks? You Google up and probably you can type top 50 MBA colleges in India. Look at 5-6 different sources. Definitely do not look at just one source. When you look at 5-6 sources, you would see some names which are common across all the 5 or 6 categories. It is these colleges that you might wish to apply for, okay, provided you are desperate to do an MBA the next year. I think 50 is actually too down a number, but probably 21 to 40, up till 40 is worth applying. If you think I need to do an MBA in 2021, then you might want to stretch your brackets and go up till rank number 50. But any college beyond rank 50 might not just be worth it. Because they will charge you a huge fees. So definitely might not be worth the money that you are paying. The return on investment could be low. So depending on your CAT results, look up for these colleges, okay? And when you see a name, let's say you come across a name like, let's say, Sardana Institute of Management Studies, or for that matter, Wellington. These are good colleges, okay? These are good colleges, decent colleges. But are you aware of these colleges? If no, just go to their website. Just go to Wellington Institute of Management Studies, or for that matter, Sardana Institute of Management Studies. Look up their placement voucher. Look up the location. Look up their tentative cutoffs, the last few year cutoffs, and accordingly take a call whether you should be applying to one of these colleges. So very important that you keep a tab on the deadlines. Remember, I have been teaching for the last 7-8 years now, and there have been many instances when students have not applied to colleges and have missed the deadlines. There are colleges like, let's say, IMT Ghaziabad, okay? There are colleges like Tapmi Manipal, okay? There are colleges like IMI Delhi. Now, these are colleges which generally have around 90 percentile cutoff. Now, you end up with a 91 percentile. You are desperate to join an MBA college, but you realize that you have not even applied to these colleges. Gone, right? You cannot do anything. So definitely make it a point to apply for colleges based on different categories. A few colleges in the 90 percentile category, a few colleges in the 95 percentile cutoff category, and another few colleges in the 80 and 85 percentile category, depending on how desperate are you to do an MBA this year. You get the point? I think there are a few questions which people are asking me in YouTube. I will definitely answer them, but let's just finish the discussion and then I'm going to take up your questions, right? That's very, very, very important. Point number 4. Point number 4 is another very important point that I need to talk about, okay? Your GDPI preparation. No matter which B school you go or which B school you intend to go, you have to clear a personal interview round. When I say a personal interview round, it means you need to be preparing a resume. You need to work on a resume, right? A resume on which you can talk about. You might be thinking a resume is just a 30 minutes job. Trust me, it's actually not. Your resume decides whether you get into IIM Ahmedabad or for that matter any top B school. Think about all particular things that you can actually put on your resume and start preparing on the resume. When I say start preparing on your resume, let's say you are a fresher. If you are a fresher, start revising at least one subject. Let's say mechanical, you are a mechanical engineer. You might just be wanting to talk about thermodynamics or probably for that matter IC engines, but it should be one core subject, okay? So definitely start preparing on one core subject, no matter whether you are a fresher or whether you have 3 years of work experience. They will generally, many a times, they will ask you what is your favorite subject and they will start asking you on that. So you need to work on your resume. Apart from your resume, you also need to be aware of things going around you. So basically, I call them general awareness. Remember, it's different from GK. It's different from GK. They will not ask you who is the Prime Minister of Kenya, right? They will rather ask you things like, okay, what is the farm protest all about? What do you think about the vaccines, the COVID vaccines? What do you think should be the way to prioritize which part of the population should be first vaccinated with? Questions like this. Now these questions are not basically general knowledge. You should be giving out reasons. Your answers, okay, whatever comments you make, whatever judgments you should make, should be based on data, should be based on fact, should be based on logical reasoning. And this can only and only come up if you read a lot. So be aware that these last few days, right? Remember, the results will come out in around, let's say, 28th of January. The results come out for the CAT and other colleges. That time you would have very less time to prepare for your GK and your resume. Are you aware of the American presidential elections? It's not about who won and who lost. Are you aware of the process? Do you understand terms like electoral college in a US presidential election? Are you aware of the economy at the moment? Which sectors are contracting and which sectors are expanding? What are your thoughts? Remember, even that time the budget will come out. Have you ever understood the budget? So these are the things that you need to prepare on. And when I say prepare on, it's not about by-hearting, but it's about analyzing and understanding things so that you can clear the interview. So very, very important that these last 2-3 months, right, you read the newspapers daily so that a thought process is built. And if your interview goes really well, even if your written score is a bit low, you know what? You might just clear the cutoffs. So that's very, very important to work on the GDPI as well as on the resume. Point number five, having said all this, there should be a backup plan. You should be ready with a backup plan. Every one of us, right, any intelligent or any smart human being is always ready with a backup plan. If, let's say, the worst scenario, you don't get into your dream B school, what happens? Are you ready to prepare for CAT 2021, or will you be looking out for a job? Will you be looking out for a job, right? Or probably job plus CAT 2021, or probably will you be going for some other course? Make up your mind, take a decision. If you think that you have to apply for a job, if it does not happen this year, are you ready to be employed? Do you need some certifications to be done? So definitely these are some of the questions that you have to answer, and you alone can answer at this stage. But you definitely need to give a thought process to it, right? There is no point thinking what the cutoffs in the CAT is gonna be. Everyone who is telling you is doing some sort of analysis. But can the analysis be 100% accurate? No, not certain, right? So definitely ponder about other important questions, other examinations, the college deadlines, especially those before your CAT results. Top colleges, you need to apply for your GDPI, general awareness and resume building strategies, and definitely a backup plan after all, right? Very, very, very important. Now, I think people who have questions can post it in your comments and I will take up live questions. I see one first question is 90 percentile in the Z last year. This year, can I push it? What should I do? Suggestions. Okay, how to score well in the Z. Now remember, for other exams like the Z, right, you need to be aware of the difficulty level. Exams like the SNAP, you need to know that paper is very easy. You just got to focus on accuracy. You got to be focused on the accuracy, and you got to be focused on the delta part. When I say delta, okay, what do I mean? Delta is all those things which you did not prepare for the CAT. You need to prepare them now. There are things like, let's say, binomial distribution, probability distribution. You probably did not study them during your CAT. Now is the time to focus exclusively on those things. Areas like decision making. So please focus on the delta areas which you did not cover during your ZAT. If we are talking about the SNAP, there are areas like visual reasoning. When I say visual reasoning, what do I mean? They will give you, let's say, 4 dots. They will give you 5-6 dots like this, and they will ask you, they will give you 5 figures, and then the last figure they will tell you where will be the position of the dots in the last figure, right? So these are visual reasoning. You might have never done this before in your CAT preparation. So now is the time to focus on the delta part. Be aware of past year papers, past year ZAT papers, past year SNAP papers, solve them, and also be aware were the tentative cutoffs last year, so that whenever you are preparing, you know the cutoffs, and accordingly you know where to focus on: the speed, the accuracy, the knowledge, or where so. Yes. So yes, I think the bottom line here is the game has just begun. Doesn't matter what happened in the CAT, it is history now. Okay, so wait patiently for your results, but in the meantime focus on the other 5 points that I have written here. Very, very important. If you give up at this stage, the year is gone. Entire 1 year of hard work is gone. So definitely do not give up. The last 2-3 months are there: December, January, February. Please focus on your other exams, the deadlines, your GDPI, and your resume building, and definitely a backup plan. Okay, so I think that's it for today's session. I hope there was something which you could gain out of today's session, and I sincerely believe that you enjoyed the session. If you have liked the session, my request would be to please hit the like button, and that motivates me to come up with more and more such YouTube videos. Thank you so much, and keep studying, prepare for the other exams, and definitely stay safe. Till the next time we meet, till tomorrow morning 10:30 a.m., goodbye from my side, and have a great day ahead. Bye.